Hey there, Saber friends and family. Space Windu here from Civilized Sabers. I have a couple blades to show you for Joe. These are both 32-inch blades, and look, they actually came out pretty even, so I did pretty good. So sometimes I try to make the blade a certain length, and it comes out a little different. These came out pretty even from end to tip. Now, they are both 7/8 inch blades. This one here is a photonic green, and it has the rounded off like bullet style parabolic blade tip from the custom Saber shop. Now, these in the 7/8 don't come with the drilled out tip, so I had to do that myself. So I drilled out the tip a bit, added some of the NeoPixels, get pushed up into there. There are 128 LEDs per side, no, 118 I think, LEDs per side. So that totals almost 240 LEDs inside each blade here. They are made up of the skinny strips, so they look really good in a 7/8 form. If we were using like the thicker strips, it probably wouldn't look as good. But we have the skinny strips. The tip is nice and full. Now, Joe liked what I used on my blades, which is a adapter for turning 7/8 inch blade stock into fitting into a 1-inch lightsaber. So I think Joe has 1-inch lightsabers, but he does like the look of 7/8 inch blades. So maybe he has seen some of my recent videos where I've been talking a lot about 7/8 inch blades. So I made him a couple adapters. So there are a clear adapter for his clear blade. It looks a little bit like trans white because I sanded it. It has to be sanded like on the inside and on the outside for the blade stock that I use to work as an adapter. Now, the reason why these little adapters like aren't on Civilized Sabers store is because they really take a long time for me to make, and as you can see, it's just a piece of blade stock. It just has to be sanded on the inside and on the outside, which takes me a while because I have to do it by hand. I don't have any machine that can do that. So, you know, what looks like a $5 or $10 item, and I can't sell on Civilized Sabers because this takes me like 3 hours to make this. So I can't, you know, offer them for $5 or $10 because they just take way too long. I'd be sweating making these. But I did make them for these. Both of these for Joe are the 7/8. So what we do here is slide one of the adapters. I think it goes on easier one way. Goes on easier that way. Okay, so slid on the end. I made both of these adapters for Joe 45 millimeters long, but inside my Saber it does, you know, I'm sure that's perfect for Joe's Saber because that's what he asked for, but on mine, as you can see, the lip sticks out a little bit, which is not a problem. We're just testing it. For Joe's Saber, it's gonna work really well. I'm using my Profi board lightsaber. This one has a bunch of fonts and stuff by Kyberphonic, K-Sith. I even have some grayscale fonts on this board, some really cool ones. So let's test out this photonic blade, which is going to take the colors and turn them a lot greener. Nice. I think I have a green blade set here, which is coming through as a nice green, nice bright. Tip looks good. I sanded the tip just like I sanded the blade. That's what I do with photonic blades, but the clear that Joe ordered, as you could see, it's not sanded. It is only sanded a bit at the bottom in case it needs to fit inside like some of Joe's hilts, or a future 7/8 inch hilt did sand it a little bit at the bottom. But for the most part, I left it the way it came as far as the clear tube, so that you get the effect that you want, which is an even thinner looking lightsaber blade. So in this photonic we have 7/8, which looks thin. That clear is going to look even thinner because it's just a tube of diffusion and then the clear blade on the outside, so we actually have a thinner looking blade coming out of that, whereas this is thinner than a 1 inch, but the color is edge to edge on this. Let's go ahead and try something else. It's another green, we'll skip that.
Second, sister.
I think I have a purple in here. I've shown you guys on the channel what purple looks like inside a photonic. It looks weird. Let's take a look at it again. Oh yeah, it looks kind of weird, doesn't it? On camera, I guess it looks like a pale yellow or something. In person, it looks a bit like a watermelon. Like we've said, it's kind of got a green outside and a pink center. But wow, you can see how really even the blade is with this color, actually. This is another purple. This is like a pinker purple. This blade is coming through a bit more orange. Now I am wearing gloves here because my oils on my hand could get into where I've already sanded the blade, so I don't want to ruin the silky look of the blade or get my fingerprints kind of on the clear blade, so that's why I'm wearing these gloves.
Vengeance.
I think this is a white, so white coming through Photon is going to look yellow. Oh, in this case I think it looks green. This is silver on the FET 263 selector for blade styles and stuff. This has got a silver color, but you know, it actually is coming through green. I like this color, actually. This looks like close to Viridian. It's got kind of a yellowy core, if you could see it in person, but then from edge to edge it does have a nice green look. You know, I'm going to go to a...
Let's see what this saber can do.
This is a font that is set to cyan, which is like the brightest color through the photonic blade. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, so this is giving the nicest green of them all. It's really cyan inside. Very nice. These look very even. The skinny strips that I use are only 7 millimeters wide, which allow for the 7/8 to look really nice and full, and not any problem seen in the blade like I think you would see if you use something thicker. So I'm going to show you what color that was. I'm not going to switch the fonts or the colors. Let's just take out this Photon blade. So let's see, I'll show you it works in any universal pogo pixel lightsaber. That's just got my Civilized Sabers chip on it, which is, you know, universal, so that works with all your pogo stuff. So I want to show you that same color, which is actually cyan. Okay, so this is the clear blade. This is actually a KR blade stock in clear, KR tip, which is already drilled out for me. I did not have to drill this out like I did for the And I think this is going to look really cool. So let's put on our adapter, because I need the adapter as well, because my lightsaber is a 1" as well. Slide that clear one on, goes pretty easy. Since I sanded the outside of that adapter, it's also going to slide into your lightsaber pretty easily. And when you tighten your blade retention screw, it compresses the adapter, and it also pushes the adapter into the blade. But this is not as secure of a connection as if the blade retention screw was touching the blade itself. So although these are dual stars approved for dueling, I kind of don't recommend dueling with these adapters in, because I feel like they could slide out. Now, the blade itself could slide out unless your blade retention screw is able to be tightened a lot, or maybe you put a hole through one of these adapters to let the your blade retention touch the blade itself to actually hold it in. That's something you're gonna have to see, in your lightsaber, how secure it is. But as far as like dueling with the blade adapter, I'm not sure about that. Now, I mentioned before that I don't often make the blade adapters because I don't have the tools to make them fast. I have to do them by hand. But once I tool up, I have a machine coming that might make that easier. I might be able to make them out of metal, or can maybe continue to make them out of blade tube, but maybe have it easier for me to make. So if I can figure out a way to make them easier, I will add them to civilizedsabers.com store. But for now, I just do it on a if the customer asks. So this is the clear blade tube. Or the clear adapter as well, but it looks a little trans white because I did have to sand that a lot. And then we have the clear blade tube. So this is the color that we saw in the Photon, but it was green in the Photon. And as you can see, it's like blue in this blade. Wow, now this blade is so light. I guess they both are like the same weight, but I feel like the KR tube is maybe even lighter than the custom Saber shop tubes. Like, to fit the nylon adapter, the nylon tube inside of here, I actually had to sand it a bit because it didn't quite fit into the KR tube like it would as easily as if I was using custom Saber shop tube. But the custom Saber shop clear tubes are actually sold out. So wow, this feels great though. This feels so light, like a real lightsaber. I think Joe's gonna be pretty happy with this. Wow. Let me see if you guys can see. Can you tell that it looks thin? Like, I think there might be some glow that's stopping you guys from seeing like how kind of thin the blade looks. In person, it looks thin. Like more thin than the others. It's a blue color. Nice and even. This has a swing bright feature from FET 263. I do suggest you guys, if you have a Profi, go over and check out FET 263's blade styles. Really nice, really fun to program into your lightsaber. He makes it easy. Oh, I got a song going on there.
The Force will be with you, always.
Okay, green through the clear tube, also very nice. This would match your Photon, I think. If you had your two lightsabers, this one set to green, your Photon on green. It'd be like Ahsoka with the two different color greens.
I'm the Jedi.
Oh, you know what? Let's go back to that red though. We have to see red. looks nice.
If you will not turn to the dark, then Solo. Second, sister.
Oh, now that's the purple we saw before. It came out weird before in the Photon, right? But in this, looks good.
Vengeance.
Here's that white, that silver from before we saw through the Photon. This is what it looks like through clear. We've got our fire effect in our Aquaforce font from Jedi Arms Dealer. That looks cool through the clear. Always get a kick out of that one.
Crispity.
Grayscale, crispity. Again with a certain FET 263 style. On a clear, like the tip might be the weakest point of it. It's always hard to match the tip to the rest, but I added a bit of diffusion here and try to match up the way the tip looks to the rest of the blade. Another grayscale font. This has a FET blade effect on this. This one looks cool. I like this. It's like brighter by the emitter and shoots pulses of white up. This looks like one of the high resolution style blades that I make, the Omega. Okay, before we wrap this video up, I just want to show you guys red. I think I skipped over the red before.
Vengeance.
Let's see what this Darth Red. The Force will be with you.
Okay, here we go. Very nice. Oh wow, the beam is so pure in person. Ooh! Oh Joe, I suggest you try red first on the clear. It looks great. Wow. Yeah, this is like a solid red that I don't think there's much movement in this. Must be one of the FET styles that just doesn't have any movement to the blade. It's more like a static blade, but this really shows off how smooth the light is through it. Very, very nice. Okay, well I wanted to give you guys a CivilizedSabers.com update as well in this video. I had to shut down the store for a little while. Got a lot of orders in. I'm trying to catch up. It just became too long to actually make. You know, it was like a month time frame where people were getting their blades, and I really want it to be more like a week. And not like an entire month. Like I think Joe had to wait a while. Now I know he got 2 blades, but it just took me too long to make them. So I had to shut the store down for a short time. We're going to come back in a month or two. You know, I'm gonna maybe shoot for like August 1st to reopen, have some more products in stock, some different products for you guys, and also have more parts in stock so that I don't have to sometimes an order would come in and I had to place an order myself to get a certain tube or a certain tip color that I had run out of, which would add some time to the order. So I want to make sure that I have some of this stuff in stock, even some of the rare colors and parts and LEDs in stock, so that when an order comes in I don't actually have to scurry to place an order for something so the person doesn't wait too long. But Joe, thank you for your patience with this order, and there is some products still available on Civilized Sabers that I could easily ship out, such as the blade plug chips. So if you need, you know, a 5 LED blade plug chip that works with the universal pixel connector, I have those still in stock. I have a limited number of those V3s. So the V3, you could actually run an entire blade like this off of one if you wanted to. There's some contacts on the top, as well as the 5 LEDs. You could use them inside a saber like I use them to light up crystal chambers, really bright crystal chamber illumination. It also works, you know, with the pogo connector. So if people are wanting to make a multi-part saber that goes together, the Civilized Sabers pixel plug is a nice thing to think about to connect your pogo pins to lights that work. So check those out on Civilized Sabers. There is a couple blades still in stock, but for the most part, a lot of the store has been shut down for like a month or two. I appreciate all the support. Without you guys, could not have gotten to the point where things kind of got busy, and it was, you know, kind of more than I could handle as far as it's just me making the blades, and I don't have anyone else to kind of help me or show how to do this to, or able to really supervise somebody else doing it, and nor do I really want to, because it's kind of each one I need to hand make so I can see quality of it, how it goes together, and make sure it's gonna really be durable for you guys, and not have anything come back unworking or whatever. So I thank you guys for all the support and sharing all the videos with your friends and telling everybody about Civilized Sabers blades. So thank you for that. We will be back stronger. I have a new machine coming in that's going to make making metal parts and stuff a lot easier. Thank you to Jedi Arms Dealer for the tip on that, and I'm sure he's going to be helping me more in the future to use the machine and things like that. But a lot of the stuff I do is kind of by hand and kind of has to remain by hand. So going to take a little break, restock, come back stronger, and get the rest of the projects done as well. So I do have a couple more blades to put out from orders that came in last week or the week before. There's a TriStar coming out, there's another K-Star. Watch out for those videos. I have lightsaber videos coming out on Space Windu channel as well. There's going to be a reveal on Space Windu channel for lightsaber sound for FX Sabers Graflexes. So if you're in the market for FX Sabers Graflex through FX Sabers Forum or through Michael Murphy, who makes them, this is a package that we're going to reveal, that everybody that gets one of the FX Sabers Graflexes, which I know is just a few people per year, but those lucky people will get the new sound format that we set up, Jedi Arms Dealer, myself, and Michael Murphy, with all the sounds from all the different movies, so that those customers can enjoy episode 1 through 9 plus a bunch of extras. I'm going to reveal all those sounds. Most of them are K-Sith and Kyberphonic sounds, which is a lot of the ones I really love, represent those movies. So keep an eye out for that video on Space Windu channel. I'm going to record that one soon and post it. Everything's done for that. As far as these blades for Joe, I'm going to test a little more, pack them up, send them off to Joe along with these adapters. So I hope you really enjoy playing with them, and I hope they really serve you well. And thanks again for watching this video. Thanks for listening to me spew out the stuff I had to say, and I will catch you guys on the next video.
Master Window!
Lightsabers.